Thank you for downloading this Real Agriculture podcast. Excite your crops with inputs from Excite Bio. Access nitrogen and phosphorus with Excite Bio's lineup of inoculants and ag biologicals. Since 2010, they've been helping farmers harness the power of the soil. Learn more at excitebio.ca. That's XITEBIO.ca.
Hi, I'm Bernard Tobin. Welcome to Real Agriculture. The Ontario Federation of Agriculture held its annual general meeting this week, and as part of the proceedings, the Provincial Farm Lobby Organization elects a president to lead it through the new year, and the OFA Executive Committee has elected Binbrook, Ontario farmer Drew Spoelstra as its leader for 2025. Spoelstra returns for his second year as president, and he joins me now. Congratulations, Drew.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Hey, now, as I noted, last year was your first year leading the organization, and as you look back on 2024, what were some of the highlights in your first year as president?
Well, it was a busy year. There's lots of things in Ontario agriculture always to talk about and get out and see members, and I had a good opportunity to get around to different parts of the province, see different areas, see what's going on, see what their concerns are, and discuss ways how we can move the organization forward and support the agriculture industry. So lots of challenges out there, certainly around land use challenges and concerns. Hydro infrastructure is certainly a challenge in southwestern parts of the province. Other parts, eastern Ontario's got challenges with railways and drainage, and northern Ontario's got challenges with things like access to crown land and other things. So there's lots of things to deal with right around the province, and we've got a good team to work towards finding some solutions here going forward.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of the challenges, and I'm going to throw in, Mr. Trump's tariff intentions and the impact from OFA's perspective. How do you view the landscape heading into 2025?
Well, you mentioned the Trump issues and the tariff issues that might be coming forward here on agriculture, and certainly while, the provincial organization may not be leading the efforts, we'll certainly be feeding into the conversations, whether it's at CFA or at different levels of government. So we need to be prepared as best we can for what's going to come. We're going to try and be preventative when it comes to dealing with these things, or proactive, I should say, not preventative, dealing with some of these issues. And there's a number of other things that we continue to deal with. I mean, there's always land use concerns that remain. The hydro infrastructure piece is a big one. We're working to develop some good policies around agriculture impact assessments and how we can look at farmland in different ways going forward, and trying to save the best farmland we have to continue to farm. So there's lots of priorities certainly on our plate, and we're going to get started here in the next couple of days again, and get back to work after the annual meeting.
Let's dig into a couple more of these before I let you go. You talked about farmland preservation. It was a big topic at the meeting this week. The Ford government's plans for the Green Belt, and I guess the fight over the Wilmot industrial development of farmland near Kitchener, are troublesome topics for Ontario agriculture. What kind of movement would you like to see here in 2025?
Well, certainly we've been working over the course of the last year and a little longer than that, but to build relationships with provincial representatives, and we're having good opportunities now, I think, to chat with folks about what we'd like to see in terms of better urban planning going forward, and ensuring that we're building our communities up instead of out, that we're limiting the damage when it comes to eating up more farmland for housing developments and other uses as well. So it's not just about housing. There's lots of other uses and things we're trying to turn farmland into, and we maintain our position that prime agriculture land is best suited for farming, and that this is part of the breadbasket of the world, and we continue to produce a lot of high quality food here in Ontario, and we want to be able to maintain our production systems and keep our farmers strong here in the province. So there's lots of discussions to be had, and we'll keep having those going forward.
There was a lot of focus on affordable energy this week. Stephen Lecce, Ontario's Ministry of Energy and Electrification, addressed the meeting this morning. You also had a robust panel discussion. Hydro infrastructure was a big topic. What needs to happen here?
Yeah, for sure. There's always a struggle when it comes to things like affordable energy, making sure that it's affordable, B, accessible, and C, reliable. And so, our businesses are big. They're expanding across much of the province. We need access to reliable, affordable energy. And, that was the main focus of our day this morning and our conversation, the panel discussion with the folks around the panel, and of course the ministers addressing the meeting this morning as well. So we're having constant conversations with their team on how we can do those things, that we're taking an all the above approach when it comes to hydro or power generation in this province. And that, going forward, they're going to put some restrictions on land use to make sure that we're utilizing our land to its best capacity. And we'll continue the conversations too on line placement and infrastructure projects and how they can better support farmland preservation. So lots of work to continue on with that ministry as well. And really happy that we were able to have Minister Lecce and Oosterhoff address the delegates there this morning. And we'll keep that conversation going as well.
Hey, let's wrap it up with a little provincial election talk here. Premier Ford has been working to position his party for a 2025 election. And we had representatives from opposition parties speak at OFA convention this week. Everybody's jockeying for position. From an election perspective, what are you looking to hear from the government and the opposition?
Yeah, I think it goes back to farmland preservation again, and we want to hear more from everyone that's involved in at Queen's Park and represent people across the province. We want to hear them talking about farmland preservation and how important it is to continue to grow food here in Ontario, to be produced locally, to support our farm members and grow our agriculture business. There's a lot of support out there for the Grow Ontario strategy, and I think putting some of the right things in place to support that strategy is going to be important going forward. And we're really happy to support that and continue to work with the government. So as we head into what could be an election cycle next year, we're going to keep having those conversations and keep trying to get certainly some of our urban MPPs to talk about agriculture, but of course the ones out in the rural areas as well.
Well, Drew, it has been a busy week, sir. We wish you good luck in 2025, and we appreciate you making some time for Real Agriculture.
You bet. Thanks so much. Looking forward.